I haven't got any circus skills at all. I can't juggle, I can't throw the knife at the lady, I can't tame the lion, and I can't crack the whip or jump into the small bucket. Can't do any of those things.
The thing that excites me about performing is that it's a release of any tensions that you might have inside you.
Ooh. I'm not sure whether it does excite me anymore, it's just the money.
It does me. The thing that excites me about performing really is the fact that you're doing something good, you're making people laugh.
Except the ones that walk off.
Except the ones that walk off, and, you know.
It's a kind of two-way thing, seeing people enjoy and just connecting with them, you know what I mean? I kind of like that about it, really.
You've got to communicate with the audience, but not to look at them, because you are apart from them, and it will break the illusion.
I normally try and interact with an audience, but with 800 it becomes really difficult. But I actually think I managed. And that's an amazing feeling to just see that you're making an impact.
Like I was doing a job in Brighton recently, and then had a real buzz about it. And then I was in Suffolk or somewhere like that, doing an agricultural show, and people had come to look at the cows.
I had to stand on one leg and do a raspberry, go arse over, what's it, in front of 250 people. And I bonked my head. I thought it was a goner. And I heard them, as I hit the floor, go, and it was weird because it took off. I just flew. And I was just so embarrassed. I was like, no, I'm fine, just get back on, I'm fine.
We spent a huge amount of time when we were on the road exercising. We would stay up all night long practicing our handstands. We used to spend hours balancing and tumbling and helping each other learn tricks and use our bicycles, that sort of thing.
I can do nothing like that. I can't even juggle.
Well, can I? I juggle with two things, but not with three.
That's not really juggling, is it?
No, it's chucking stuff up in the air, isn't it?
Yeah.
Apart from doing a bit of stretching, a bit of yoga, trying to get my foot behind my neck and stuff like that, you know, just to kind of loosen the old gizzard areas. Everyone used to get down and do bang out 20, drop and give me 20. So we used to do that. And then all stick our knuckles together like loads of bravado-y kind of, you know, blokey business, and put your knuckles together, you know, things like that, really, yeah.
You need to warm all those areas up, your body, and then moving on to your voice. And I start to hum, a kind of there's opening your voice and going, you know,
many men, many men, many men, men, many men, many men, many men, men.
In tooting two tutors astute, try to toot to a duke on a flute.
Paba à moi, tadala rigor.
That kind of thing, you know, it's all kind of croaking out. But it opens up your voice, it relaxes and strengthens your vocal cords, it warms everything up.
I don't find the clowns funny. I do begrudge them coming on. I find it quite insulting.
No, what I enjoy about clowns, I think they're very talented actually, because when clowns get together at the circus, they can do things that are very funny, like they can throw custard pies at each other and things in a very funny way to make a lot of people laugh, and you have to be very talented to be able to do that. You have to be an entertainer.
No, oh my goodness, no way. They're so horrible. They're really frightening, and I think a lot of people are scared of clowns.
And they're very funny, actually.
If it's badly done, it can be very sad.
Oh, it's totally embarrassing. Yeah, I don't like clowns.
It doesn't work out. You feel pity for them, and that's so awful.
Clowns are creepy, aren't they? They're not funny at all. They're just weird.
don't look like they're happy. You know, the way they're painted smiles and their hair. And I don't like the music, that that horrible roundabout music with, clowns aren't not my...
Slapstick just isn't funny, I don't think. Do you know what I mean? A car falling apart and somebody falling over. It's like...
The one I first saw when I was a little kid was called Doodles. Yes, I like the clowns. I like slapstick.
One of the things we least like about what we do is
working with each other.
Yeah. You're constantly having to travel with each other, work with each other, be creative.
Do interviews.
Do everything together.
If there aren't a few butterflies around in the tummy before you go on stage, you're probably not going to give a good performance. You've got to be keyed up.
You'd think after all this time I wouldn't, but yes, I still do. I still freak out and panic and fear, the audience reaction to me, and then I get over it.
You feel sick sometimes. But as soon as I go on stage, I think, well, this is it. I can't turn back now. I'm on. Oh, God, here comes the light. The light's going up. Inside, the real me is saying, oh, my God. Here we go. Why am I doing this? I love it when I'm doing it. I know I love it when I'm doing it, but why am I doing it? I'm glad I didn't have too much to eat.
We did a show a couple of years ago, and 8,000 kids saw it in a week. We had about 1,000 kids per performance. And the kids were like, they were 8 or 9, screaming blue murder. Oh, I've never been so scared in all my life. I must be stupid. And you get out there, and you look out and you think, they're just loving it. And they're completely engrossed in what you're doing.
It's knowing that whatever I take on to perform in front of the audience, actually, it comes through me. It's something that I take on, and it just kaboom.
Every time I went on, I could just feel the people laughing at me. It was fantastic. That gives me such a buzz. Such a hell of a buzz.
We turned down Freddie Starr, didn't we?
We turned down Freddie Starr.
Freddie Starr couldn't pay enough for us.
Yeah.
That was the highlight of our career, I think.
That was the
Really
highlight of our career, turning down Freddie Starr.
That's something I hadn't really considered, appearing on television. But if the chance came, yes. Yes, it would be a new dimension.
I am scared of heights a bit. I think I could get over it though.
The circus is, it's a bit boring, isn't it, really?
If there's something that annoys you, something that gets on your nerves, something that is the one thing that sets you off, that is a pet hate.
Pet hates. What I hate, pet hates. I don't hate too much. I'm annoyed by certain things, so can we go for pet annoyances? Yeah, instead of hates. Yeah, that's better.
Of someone who's a noisy eater.
Oh, yes.
That really annoys me.
Like that, Joan. Yes, like that.
Oh,
that's
God.
annoying.
The pair of yous are annoying.
Very nice, though.
Please, you enjoyed it?
Yes, it was.
Yes.
Very nice.
At the expense of our ears.
Frustrating the life out of her.
I burst a couple of blood vessels there.
I don't like that
yes,
at all.
Joan, that's a pet hate.
I already got
doing it
plenty.
again?
Yeah, annoyances. Yeah, what annoys you? You. Okay, fine. I think that wraps up that question. Can we move on to the next one now?
No, let's elaborate. Let's find out why I find you annoying.
It is very self-righteous, actually.
No.
You
No,
are.
I'm
You
not
always
having
think
that.
you're right.
No,
I like to
no.
get the last word.
No, that's not right.
Well, I think you do think you're right.
No, I've changed a lot.
But there you're doing it now, saying I'm wrong, so you're right.
Well, I'm hardly going to say, oh yes, I am self-righteous.
Not in a horrible way, though.
Oh, what's a nice way of being
I
self-righteous?
don't know, it's just you. I'm just used to you being like that.
Right. Self-righteous? No. No.
What do you think about speed cameras?
Eating?
Speed cameras.
Sorry.
Speed cameras.
Nope. Don't get it.
Do you know what speed cameras are?
Cucumbers.
I don't drive myself, but if everybody obeyed the rules, the traffic would go much better and everybody would get there quicker. Like on the motorways, this happened travelling back from Snowdon. We were sticking to the rules and regulations of 40 miles per hour, and there were still cars coming past, and I was shouting and cheering to the speed camera saying, "Get that one, get that one."
Speed cameras.
Bees, honey.
No, speed cameras. You know, to catch cars if they go.
Oh.
Yeah, speed cameras.
No.
Because I can't stand listening to the radio, because the radio I find really irritating. I can't stand just having loads of noise in my head. I hate that. I just like to have silence in the morning, and if there's any noise, it's just me talking to myself.
Sometimes when you're talking, I feel I'm coming in a bit too quick before you finish the sentence, and I'm thinking,
We all do that.
I shouldn't have done
And
that.
the other thing is,
and
I find
I need
myself
myself for
saying
doing
the words
it.
for you. Say the words.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like people breathing down my neck. No, I don't like anybody breathing down my neck. And it makes the hairs on my back of my neck stand up if I can feel somebody breathing down my neck. Get back.
Drunk people. I hate them. They behave like a gang of wild animals who are not animals. They're loud, they shout, birds fly off. They're singing hip-hop song that doesn't make sense to anybody. And they're wearing these white trainers and walking like orangutans normally, yeah? The hands is forward, the bend, and they're going like...
It's just like if you're driving down the motorway, now they sling bleeding coke cans out the window at 60 and 70 mile an hour.
Do they?
Yeah, that's happened to me 2 or 3 times in the last couple of months. All of a sudden some practice slings a coke can out the window and it goes bouncing along and goes past your window about 70 mile an hour. And hope as you're driving along that the thing don't bounce on your motor, innit? Because you end up with dents everywhere. You end up with hammer finish. Hammer finish motor.
The best thing you can do is leave traces of poo in the way, because they're actually not looking at all on the ground, they're looking at the girls around them. They step on it, they walk with it, then starting to smell. So they blame each other and they look at the sole of the shoes and that's it. They've been hit by us. It showed them that you can be dangerous, but in a smelly way.
This is a funny question. What do you think your most unappealing habit is, both of you?
Energetic.
Unappealing habit.
Unassuming habits.
Unappealing.
I've no
Sort of
idea.
nasty habits. If you've got any bad habits.
None.
None.
Oh, no, we haven't any bad habits.
No.
Bad habits. When people say something, I pretend I haven't heard them, so they repeat it again. That's a bad
What
habit.
for?
Just do it.
Dave's got some bad habits. He goes like that with his jaw. Really annoys me. Like,
Oh, Dougie does this? I mean, what good's that, anybody?
well, I don't know what Dave does. It's as if like his jaw's locked and he has to go.
God.
My habit is, and this
I
has
do
been
that.
explained to me by my children as well.
Yeah, this has been
When I
explained to me
say-
by my children.
When I say a joke, I go on to
Explain it.
What's that?
somebody's flushed the toilet upstairs.
I have a few bad habits. I tend to scratch a lot, and I also, unknown to me, I tend to pass wind a lot when I'm in public, but that doesn't really worry me because you've got to pass wind or you might blow up.
What's that mean?
Bad smells.
Yeah, that's natural, isn't it?
Not that much, isn't natural.
You've got that many bad habits. I don't know if we've got all evening to discuss them.
I don't think I have I? Hey? What bad habits have I got? Pardon you.
Pardon me.
Yeah, you can't not do it, can you? It's not like biting your nails, which you just do.
You don't have to force it so much.
Don't force it, just...
You do. Like that.
It's not true.
I hate spiders and I hate spiders and spiders and spiders.
As I say, I think we're being used by people. Our tolerance is being used by people for their own ends. I was most annoyed with the election of the last Labour Party. We weren't really bothered about what they did.
Do any of you do any impressions?
I used to do Dame Edna Etheridge.
No,
I did, but I haven't done it for about 10 years now. Oh, I don't even know if I could do it now. It would probably sound awful. Can you do one?
Only a few.
Only a few. Oh, only a few.
I can do Kenneth Williams.
Go on then.
Oh no, stop it.
Impressions are sometimes funny because there's like a caricature, exaggerated movement of ourselves. But it depends who does it, you know, maybe 90% of times it's not good. Like when I do impression of someone, it's really bad. Like doing, you know, David Beckham.
It's going on like that, you know, it's a kind of a geezer from downtown, you know, South London, innit?
No, I'm afraid I can't do an impression of Naomi Campbell.
That one? Just like that, just like that. Just like that.
No, I can't do an impression of Kate Moss either, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Doing her just like that, shall we? Just like that. Or just like that, just like that.
What I hate is when people do that bloody Taxi Driver, Robert De Niro. Talking to me, shut up. You know, it's so overdone, it's unbelievable.
This is Robert De Niro as a New York cop. Give me one donut, 2 coffees. Okay, make that heavy on the mayo. I could do a Scouser.
I think Julia Roberts would be quite an American voice. Holy, how are you today? How are things going? That would be my impression of Julia Roberts.
But I always laugh at the bloody goat. Oh, that sort of thing, yeah. Oh, aye.
Kippers, they're good, and I think they sound like this.
Well, then there's a bloody chicken.
Chicken is one of my best. I don't know why I'm so good at doing it, and I ain't bragging now, but I just am good at doing that chicken noise. And it goes like this.
I don't really do animal sounds like that. I got the wife to do all that, see? Hey?
Come on, have a go. Do a goldfish.
A what? do one of they, I suppose.
As long as you don't think you're kissing me like that, there's another thing coming.
It's just the faces you're making when you
Yeah,
do
but
it.
it's very hard not to make a face when you do the chicken impression.
I do a pig.
Can I pass me a tissue? My nose is curling. Quick.
Flamingo.
A cockatoo.
Cockatoo.
I think
Cockatoo
they
or-
have a cockatoo.
A cockatoo or a cockatiel? What's the difference?
A cockatoo.
It's a one's a
Animal
man, one's a woman.
Magic. What was the guy called?
Johnny Morris.
Johnny Morris.
Yeah.
Oh, I used to remember that.
Oh, he was
Johnny
good.
Morris.
Well, that was to do all the impressions.
Was that a cockatoo?
Oh, cockatiel. I don't know what
Cockatoo
the
or
difference is then.
cockatiel?
Cockatiel.
Cockatoo. It wasn't. It was cockatoo, man. It was a cockatoo. We're going for cockatoo on that one.
Cockatoo.
Yeah, or a cockatiel.
I'll go along that line.
Starling.
Oh, well,
Hey.
you never
Oh,
know.
I nearly said
Distant
starling.
relation. Did you?
No one likes
you?
starlings.
It's cousin twice
I
more
don't like
nice.
starlings. Nobody likes them.
Do cuckoo. 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 I do one of them. Cuckoo. Cuckoo. Can you do a cuckoo? Cuckoo. Cuckoo. I never really tried animal sounds, have you? Cuckoo. Cuckoo.
Why do people do impressions? Well, perhaps some people got a gift for doing
Gift
it,
for
and
doing
they
it. They see.
They find it
Clever
strange
things,
to
strange, yes.
do an impression of somebody, so
Yeah. And I think
that they can copy it
the
so
public
well.
think it funny. It's funny, isn't
Yeah.
it? That's why.
I think I used to be able to
Yeah, because, I mean...
like impersonate people. I'm just trying to think who the hell it was because I can't remember.
Try doing that now. As long as it ain't too long. That's not bad, actually. That's not bad. But owls don't do that.
Yeah, you go,
Yes.
doesn't he?
Yeah.
And then you think, well, what's
We
he?
got it, we
Somebody's
got it.
trying to
Yeah.
send me a signal or
Yes,
something.
it's not a very...
We have
because
a very
everything is
different one.
quiet, and
No.
I hear that,
I
and
like
I don't
I
like
like
it.
the sound of
Oh, I
that.
don't
The one you were
You
listening
like
to
it?
in Come There was cuckoosh to,
No, that's
cuckoosh
not
to the
from-
pigeon.
Yeah, over here.
Oh, Frank Spencer.
Benny, I'm having trouble. The cat's just done whoopsies in my beret.
You can all do Frank Spencer.
Oh, I can do Victor Meldrew as well.
Go on then.
But I haven't done him for a long while.
Go on.
I don't believe it! What the bloody hell do you think this is? God's sake, I don't bloody believe it!
That sounds like homosexual Victor Meldrew.
Well, he is, isn't he?
Is he?
Yeah!
No.
Yes!
I don't believe
The neighbour's going to say them poor things have gone. They've gone round the
It's a
bend.
good thing
There'll be an ambulance arriving. So they're taking us away.
His impressions are sometimes quite cruel. Don't like him. It's being stupid now. That won't be used on the thing, will it?
What's the difference between cats and dogs? Cats don't wag their tail like a dog, and yes, they do. Sometimes they do. They don't go. Oh no, they don't do that. And they don't sit and go. And they don't fetch balls as well as dogs.
One's got a waggy tail and a cold nose, and the claws are like totally contracted all the time, whereas the other one contract their claws and it's got sharper teeth and pointed ears.
Which one's which?
The cats are the ones with contracted jaws and sharp teeth and the sharp pointed ears. Excuse me. I think I'm an oddity. I've got a foot in both camps, really, and I appreciate either animal for very different qualities.
I like dogs better than cats, though.
I don't.
They seem to be more friendly somehow. Dogs like greet you, whereas cats just sit. They can sleep for so long. No.
Cats can appear to be lazy, but I don't think they are.
They have big claws, like bears, and they look like bears.
They just sit about all day and get fed and go meow, 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 meow.
I find cats, they claw the carpet a lot. They're a complete nuisance, actually.
Meow, meow, meow.
I think you get more out of a dog in response.
Well, they're more interesting, aren't they?
I think they're thicker than cats, personally.
Do you?
I do.
Meow, 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 meow.
And I go, shut up.
I used to be a chaser myself, but I mean, it's about what?
It's all about competitiveness, you know what I mean? You see these blokes and like, it's like I say, they've been let off a lead. You know what I mean? Like,
it's
and
like,
then, like,
it's like
it's just more than life, man.
Watching hounds after a hare, you know what I mean?
I've been bitten by dogs, I've been bitten by cats, I've been bitten by... you name it, I'll claim it.
Once I was walking past a house and the door suddenly flew open and a dog with a head the size of Albania jumped out and its teeth were an inch away from my face and its mouth was so big I could have lived inside that mouth quite comfortably and I was nearly killed.
I've been chased by a Great Dane, a slavering big thing, and it frightened me. I've been bitten by a beagle. I've been chased by an old English sheepdog, which was, I would say that was a springboard into me becoming a Christian.
Mm. You always say dogs come sniffing at your private parts.
Do I?
That's one thing you always say.
Well, they told me they're not, that they're just being affectionate.
Dogs wag their tails to get the smell of their farts away, and the cat just walks around with its tail in the air.
Dogs I like very much because of their great intelligence and loyalty generally, and just so animated and, you know, great chums.
I don't think I've ever had fleas. I think the closest I ever got was scabies, and that was quite bad enough. You would entirely cover your body from head to toe with this alcohol solution, and there was always this sort of nagging doubt that some part of your anatomy would catch light like a fuse, and it would just be an enormous blue puff.
I think the best thing to do is to put on some flea powder, which you get from the vet. But it's probably not a good idea to have a good scratch because that makes it red and raw and a bit rough and everything.
You know, I've never had any breed that's been a kind of a pampered, you know, pooch. You know.
They breed these mutant dogs, don't they, and give them awards for how mutated they look. And if it's a perfect mutant, it's got a pedigree. But if you crossbreed it with another mutant, it's called a mongrel.
Most pedigree dogs, to get them perfect, they've got things wrong with them. It's either the bull terrier, the bulldog can hardly breathe because they bred into them, that flattened face. It's a bulldog, innit? And a lot of the breeds have suffered when they show a cross.
They look ridiculous with silly bowls. Looks stupid.
I'm
certainly a loyal companion. But I have to say I've been let down a lot too in my life. I might be very loyal, but I do, like my father said before me. He said, you trust everybody once. And that's what I do. I trust everybody once, no matter who they are. So I'm loyal to the point of disloyalty.
Cats, on the other hand, they are the clever ones. They give humans nothing.
I'm not a cat person. No, they're not loving enough, and they hiss a bit, and they don't do anything. They just wee all over the garden and leave brown stains all over the grass and just make a nuisance of themselves.
I've defecated outside, of course I have. You know what I mean?
If you step in dog mess, then it's not very hygienic, and it's not very it's just not nice.
You kind of get an antennae. The slightest thing, kind of, you know what's going on over there? Sidestep it. And if you can't sidestep it, make sure you come through it.
Because at the end of the day, cats, when they go to the toilet, they clean up and they cover up after them. And that has got to be a sign of higher intelligence.
That's a dirty, filthy business, and that ought to be stopped totally.
I think dogs are more, for a start, I think they smell more. Whereas a cat, you can leave a cat to it. Whereas with a dog...
Yeah, but if you've got a burglar coming in your house, at least a dog makes a noise.
Yeah, but you could throw the cat at the burglar.
That's a silly thing to say. Dogs are more interesting. That's the end of it.
No, it's not the end of it.
We'll just have to agree to disagree then.
And I've got a lovely smile, as my mum says. So, I look good for my age too.
No. No, I think No.
There's always that thing, isn't there? Families, there are bonds that are very strong and loyalties and all those things that hold the family together, and then they're usually balanced by pain and misery and I mean, I really haven't got time to go into it because it'll take all day.
How do you get on with your brothers and sisters and your mum and your dad?
I don't get on with my sister very well.
No, I don't get on with my brother. And I don't get on with my brother at all.
But I get on with my mum and dad fine.
I sometimes get on with my mum and dad. They sometimes get really bumpy.
Introduce yourselves, first of all.
I'm Brian. And I'm Keith. We're brothers. Brothers, man, by blood. Not by just the name. As brothers go, he's cool. As his unique ways, let's say. You know? Right. As everybody does.
How your family makes you feel it's a roller coaster of emotion, isn't it, really? I mean, some things are really joyous moments, and others are fraught with desperation. It's the roller coaster ride of life, isn't it, really?
That and my wife and my daughter and I live.
Monica's got 2 children as well, but hers live one at home and one in Reading. I've got a son in Reading.
How did you feel when they sort of left the...
Well, he left the nest. He didn't come back, really.
Is that one of yours as well?
Yes.
I've got 3 children, 2 girls and a boy, and then I've got a boy and girl which are twins, and then
I've got twin girls, and they've got
3
grand.
4 each.
4 children each. So I've got 8 grandchildren from my daughters.
And at the minute I've got 3 grandsons, and I'm hoping for a granddaughter soon, I hope.
Well, he's got 5, and I've actually got, here, I've got Jasmine, I've got Ken, Charlotte and Matt, and I have another 3 in Swindon. So I've got J. Jerome and Jessica in Swindon. So
Yeah.
I've got 7.
Yeah.
7 meals to get at.
Yeah.
Plus our own. Plus I travel backwards and forwards in between both, like.
I can see that.
Day in the morning, it is sunny.
Is it?
When I stand on my brother's toe, by accident, he tries to hit me in the head. On purpose. Like this. Oh!
I normally give me a little punch, and I give my daughter a little hug, and that's it really. And the sort of arm of Jodie, the arm rough and ready, and they normally give us a bit of a punch back or a bit of a squeeze sort of thing, and it's just great to see them.
My eldest daughter will be 68
Will
this
she?
year.
Hubie's.
And she is beautiful.
Is she?
Still beautiful.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Well,
she-
every child is beautiful to their mother.
Oh,
isn't it?
no. I've got 3. I wouldn't say they're all beautiful.
Oh.
You can't tell what your children will look like when they're inside there, can you? I mean, what's going to come out? Well, you know there's going to be a bit of you and a bit of her, and you hope what comes out is going to be the best bits of you and the best bits of her. And if they could only come out showing the best bits of both of you, then they'd be better than you, wouldn't they? That's what we want. We want all our children to be better than what we are now.
So how many chicks have you hatched then, do you think, over the years?
Hundreds and hundreds. Hundreds, haven't we? Mm.
And they must be so tiny.
It's amazing.
Well, no, that's huge. I was so surprised, yes. I mean, the eggs was about so. And it came out huge.
You just collect them, don't
And
you?
once you start, yes, more appears and more you get.
When the baby was born, I looked at the baby and it was all wrinkly and old looking. And I thought, ooh, what is that?
My son's diabetic, and one day he gets highs and lows, and one day he was really depressed with his diabetes, and he kept saying to me and my wife, how come I'm diabetic? My sister's not. So I tried to cheer him up. I says, well, you know what it is? I says, I'll swap you any time you want. I'll have your diabetes and you can have my Geordie accent. And you know what he said? He says, no, he said, I'd rather be diabetic than have a Geordie accent. I said, you're joking, aren't you? I said, well, it's great, isn't it? It's great.
He's very intelligent. He knows everything you're telling him. That's what I like mostly about him. You can tell him to go to his bowl and he'll go and he'll pick out a treat himself and he'll wander off and he'll eat it. And whatever you tell him, he'll understand sometimes better than a human. And he never ever does it on the pavement.
Oh, go for that. I say I do.
Twinkle little star.
Yeah, you know that song, do you?
Baba black sheep.
No, what's the other one? Twinkle Little what?
Hide your anywhere.
What's that big thing in the sky?
Yes, sir. 3 bags full. 1 for the
You
night.
can't shut her up when she gets going.
1 for the day.
They just show that they love you. It's like all of them, isn't it? They all got characters and they all show that, well, they rely on you to look after them, obviously. And I only got to say, come on bedtime, and they'll come and they follow me. They go for walks.
Really?
Yes, walk around the fields, walk, they just follow me.
I've been very lucky to have children. Well, so many.
2 husbands you've had, haven't you? Or 3?
4 children.
How many husbands?
Oh, that's not the point. Nobody asks me how many husbands.
Yes,
you
but-
will bring that up, which is
Are all
very
the children
wrong.
to one
No.
husband?
That's a subject that is private.
Ah. No. I've only had 2.
Oh, you've had 2? Well, I've only...
Children?
Oh, I thought you said husbands.
No,
then.
no.
I couldn't have a better dad. I couldn't look up to anybody. I couldn't see anybody telling me how to live my life any better than the way my dad did, and I hope I can be just as good to my own children. I try, but I don't think I can be. I don't think anybody could be as good as my dad. Oh, my dad's my hero, without a doubt, definitely.
That's it?
Yeah? Well, thanks a lot, mate.
Right to you?
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, only varies. Mummy? Yes?
It's gone.
Okay, man. Can I have an ice cream?
Mum?
Yes?
I want ice cream.
Do you?
Yes. I want the one with that strawberry stuff nibbled over from the ice cream man.
What, a 99 you mean?
Yeah.
With a flake?
Oh, I could perhaps manage one of those.
Right.
A rainbow one.
No.